Hello, Soul Fam. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live show. Another day in the Matrix. Let's go. Hello, Queen. Alien. Rocker. What's going on with that new name, man? Let's go. Hello, Souls Vibe. What up, Etheric? How you guys doing? Oh, got a little eye booger there. There we go. Yes, my beautiful friends and family, yes. No matter where you are in your journey, if you are going through negative things, if you are healing, if you are understanding, or if you're not, or if you feel like you are devolving, it doesn't matter. The way back to God is always through love, loving yourself. It is always through experiencing self-love. That's where you need to begin first. It's very easy for us people that are more empathetic, empaths, people that can feel a lot, people that are more spiritual. It's easy for us to pass love towards others because it is our natural state. We are the love vibe itself. We can give love easily. The reason we came in here is to learn how to give love back to ourselves. The reason we came in here is for us to experience the divine union that happens within yourself. Yes, if you find yourself in this moment not feeling so well, negative energies, fearful thoughts, falling for fear-based programs, remember your divinity, my friends. Remember the creator being that you actually are. You are powerful because you are an expression of God. You're not just a child of God. You are literally an image of God, and a unique image of God, and that is every single soul. It is like a mirror. It is like a projection of God. The exact same thing as God experiencing itself through you, my friends. That's always been my name. Maybe the Rocker's just now showing. Ah, interesting. Okay, so they're changing the name. Okay, cool. Yeah, they're changing the chat display name for the tag. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. YouTube never tells me any of those things. I guess I probably get emails from YouTube telling me all these updates, but I never check them out anyway. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. What is up, my soul fam? I'm glad you guys are here. Let's go to the message of the day for you guys today, okay? Please, Spirit, will you be with us at this moment? Please, Spirit. Only the love vibe. I only invite the love vibe and the spirit and my spirit team and my spirit guides for this wonderful life here. And my beautiful soul fam as well. Give me a message that my soul fam can understand, that can resonate with. A message that my soul fam will resonate with. Remember, my friends, if the message of the day does not resonate with you, you don't have to accept it. But if it resonates even a little tiny bit, a little sliver of resonation, whatever you want to call it, accept it. Know it as your absolute truth. It's only going to help you in your journey, yes. And hard work doesn't mean anything in the 3D realm. It could be it could be you discovering yourself. It could be you self-actualizing yourself. It could be your healing. It could be your journey as well. There's many different types of perceptions to have, my friends. Hold this in your heart, my friends, and know it as absolute truth, because love always wins. Love conquers all. The way we are going to manifest the new earth is not through fear, my friends, it's through our hearts. Hello, Dennis. Hey, brother, can I have a message? I really need one right now. It's okay. You guys don't have to. Yeah, sure. You can PayPal me, of course. My PayPal and my Cash App. It should be in the video description down below. But again, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. You know, it's just out of the bottom of your hearts. If you guys want to do it, if you guys support my message, if you guys support me, I'm not here for your money, guys. Right? I'm not. You know, I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to help you, or at least help guide in a way, so that you can find your truest soul's purpose and heal yourself. I'm not here to heal you either. You know what I mean? A healer doesn't heal others. A healer only shows the way towards healing, my friends. Okay? All right, so let me clear my energy really quick, Dennis. And let's see what the spiritual realm has for you. Oh, thank you so much, Dennis. Yes, so my PayPal should be in the video description down below, okay? I appreciate that. Everything happens for a reason. Everything connects. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency. Everything is God. Everything is love. Spirit and the Oracle, please be with me at this moment. Can you show me Dennis? And what does Dennis need to know at this moment? Dennis, they want you to visualize yourself, okay? Excuse me, throat chakra. They want you to visualize yourself. And, okay, there's a version of you, Dennis, that's already healed, right? And I'm not saying completely healed. You know, there's still some fears there. But there's a version of you that's healed from what you're going through right now. They want you to visualize this version of you. They want you to feel this version of you. It's like the law of assumption, right? A very happy version underneath. Even though the energy of the darkness is right here, there's a happy version of you underneath that has already overcame all of your lower energies. By doing this, you can even do it now. You can do it later on in a ritual or whatever, in meditation. Even if there are lower frequencies present, that doesn't matter. By doing this, you are creating a new timeline for yourself where you heal. Once you do it once you visualize it just once, it's already been created. That's how powerful of a creator being you are. You understand? Yes. Do this, Dennis. Do this, do this, do this. Totally working. Perfect. Do it more. More. Yes? I'm getting like energies of, it feels like Bashar in a weird way. I don't really channel Bashar though. But I'm feeling, I've channeled him before. Or I channeled them before. Bashar is an entity. A bunch of entities together. Feels like Bashar. It's very odd. I don't channel Bashar. Very rare when I do. Interesting. I also feel one of you guys right now in the chat is a very good channeler as well. One of you guys. I think you know who you are. And if you don't, you will. Okay, Bashar is an entity. It's a couple entities. I've met Bashar before in the spiritual realm, okay, while I was doing my meditations and channeling sessions. Bashar comes to anyone. Bashar comes to anyone that needs true wisdom, and it only comes to people that are ready, that are in the 5D consciousness. Okay, if you are still in the 4D, lower astral realm, lower consciousness, Bashar is going to be difficult to find. You know, it's usually just your spirit guides. But Bashar has a certain energy of that they have. It's not a he, it's not a she, it's a they. It's a bunch of entities. They're very high vibrational entities, and they come to anyone. It's not just that guy, the bald guy that you see online. You know, although that guy is fantastic too. You know, he has very good content because of Bashar, of course. Cool. Edgar, you gotta eat more panda. Yeah, right. I know, man. This is I've been trying to stop to eat panda. That's why I'm not getting too many of these. You know, I'm probably gonna have to use another another way of getting messages of the days besides the same ones that I always have. But it doesn't matter anyway. You know, it doesn't matter anyway because if the message resonates. Right? Remember, we're manifesting this. All of us, in the now, right now, we're all manifesting our greatness right now, right? Greatness meaning our return to God. If we are manifesting all these things, right? That means if this message of the day, if you've seen it several times from here or whatever, and you know, it's repeating or, you know, broken record, doesn't matter. As long, it's everything happens in the now. So right now, you can take it in as your absolute truth. And therefore, you are creating a timeline where this is a reality, right? Infinite possibilities, y'all. Okay. And this goes for Dennis as well. This goes for anyone that's dealing with very harsh lower energies. Okay. Spiritual psychosis, heart chakra blockages, right? Fear of even spiritual terms, right? All of these things, yeah. The way to get out of these things, guys, is by truly visualizing yourself already healed. That is one of the best ways to get out of it, right? As soon as you feel a little bit of it, feel yourself, even for like a second, feel yourself there. It's done. You created that timeline already. It's here. You brought that timeline from the ether, right? Out there in the spiritual realm, you brought that timeline to your now. Remember, the only thing that matters is the now. The present moment is God. The present moment is you. So things that are happening outside of you that don't matter because they're not here in the now. Yeah? So don't bring them to the now. Right? Be careful with lower fear-based programs, especially a lot of them in the spiritual community. There's a bunch of them in the spiritual community. Right? And they're not doing Lightworkers a service at all. They're doing us a disservice. Yeah? Bring only love towards you in the now. Okay. Perfect. Hello, anime boy. What is going on? Your guys' names are changing. I think the YouTube changed the name of the, you know, how it shows up in the chat. So many of you guys are the same names anyway. Hello, Happy Cricket. Let's go. I appreciate you as well for being here. Thank you. FSBS, how's everyone? Feeling a bit triggered today, especially the guy. I'm still healing. I realized I had neglected. I hadn't processed my emotions fully in the past when I was with him. Oh, that's okay. Perfect. Now you know what it is that you need to work on. Yeah, FSBS. Now you know what it is. Now you know how you need to be a little bit more gentle with yourself. All these things. Okay. You're doing fantastic. Is it like an alien? I guess you can say it's an alien, Bashar, right? Most entities are alien anyway because they're not from here. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, but I've recently been struggling with spirits, having sex with spirits. What are the consequences of this? Again, remember, okay, everybody, okay, The spiritual realm isn't a place. Okay, I know I'm going somewhere, but trust me, it's going to come back. The spiritual realm is not a place. The spiritual realm is a feeling and a state and an expression. Okay, if you're having sex with spirits and all that stuff, you're just expressing your sexual self, your lower self, right? Your consciousness level is in the lower 4D realm, right? Where you can have sex, and because sex is a distortion, a little bit of a distorted version of love, right? Not a bad thing though. Okay, this is not a bad thing. Okay, unless it is imbalanced, and if you have fear of it. When you begin to have fear that, oh my God, I'm having sex with spirits, are they controlling me or something? You're screwed already, because you are in fear mode, right? So do not fear this experience that is happening to you, okay? It's just an experience that is happening to you. If you want it to stop, okay? If you want it to stop, first of all, lose your fear, okay? And second of all, go in meditation and tell yourself, you're experiencing yourself, okay? So tell yourself that you don't want to have this experience anymore. Tell your guides, I don't want to have this experience anymore. I want to return to 5D, right? Even if it doesn't happen in the moment, right? The more you ask, the less of this is going to happen. Yeah? Okay? Remember, y'all. Remember. There are no spirits out there trying to get you. Okay? They're not out there. They're inside of you already. They are you. Yeah? Do not be afraid. Yeah, I know. I think there might be a random cookie fortune generator somewhere. I'm probably going to have to do that after this. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been eating panda in a very long time. PJ, can you tell me why my guides are guiding me to go to Thailand? Interesting. Can you show me PJ's oracle? Oracle, be with me. Show me PJ, please. Something about you focusing on other things. You see, when you are in the same environment that you're in, PJ, you focus on certain things. And you focus on certain negative aspects about yourself. Going to different places and meeting new people and possibly even having new relationships with people is going to change your perception on things. You understand? This will bring forth more healing for you in whatever situations that you find yourself in. There are times where you feel darkness and fears. This situation is going to help you get out there more within your consciousness level. Yes? I'm trying to feel, PJ, if there's someone that you're going to meet over there that's going to change your life or change something, but it feels like it's going to be experiences that are going to change your perception. Sometimes we need to get out of our immediate environment, and it has to be such a drastic change, right? Even if it's for like a month or a week or a couple days, it doesn't matter. That'll be enough to change your perception on things, right? Because different frequencies, different energies, all that stuff. Okay. FSBS, I'm feeling a little bit emotional today. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We got you, FSBS, okay? Everything is going to be okay, all right? You're learning your lessons. You're doing fantastic. You know, the spiritual journey is not an easy journey, man. It's not love and light, you know? This is the biggest lie in the spiritual community, you know? We are love and light, but the spiritual journey isn't love and light. The spiritual journey is harsh lessons that come with darkness and, you know, shadow work and all that stuff. And then returning and evolving back to love and light. The process of returning back to God, returning back to our soul, returning back to love and light, right? The whole process is evolution, and it's epic, it's grand. That's why we come in here, to experience that evolution. So you got this, okay, FSPS? You got this. I mean, look at all the times, all you guys, by the way, all you guys, man, look at all the times you guys have overcame darkness, man, right? Even if it took a year, whatever, you still overcame it, right? You got this. I felt really convicted before from it. I don't know if it's right then. Yeah, remember, everything is experience, right? And then from the experiences, you create beliefs, right? And then through those beliefs, because you're a creator being, through those beliefs, you create timelines, right? So if you want to look at it as probably something negative, even if maybe you feel negative and you make something negative out of it, you're going to create something negative out of it, unfortunately, right? That's just kind of how this realm works, because we're always manifesting, right? So try to look at things through glass half full all the time. Try to always look at things through optimism. Try to look at things always through like learning lessons, because that's truly what we are here for, right? We're not here to experience darkness and just let the darkness take us away. That's not the case at all. We're here to experience our demons, our darkness, and experiences that we enter through our own selves, and then from there learn lessons to return back to God, evolution. Yeah, so look for the lesson in here, right? What is it that you have to do? Maybe you have in your day-to-day life, maybe you have a problem with lust, right? Maybe you got to stop doing certain things, right? It doesn't, again, be gentle with yourself. Tell yourself these things. Maybe I'm gonna be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to sexuality and all that stuff. Okay, look for the lesson in here. There's a lesson here that you're missing. Yeah. Could I have any guidance for my healing with this female jealousy I used to have? Wouldn't like when he was with femmes. I'm doing better, but just emotional because of the cancer season. Much love it. Okay, yeah, for sure. First of all, number one thing is don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's super, I always say it all the time, but don't beat yourself up. Don't judge yourself for the energies and the emotions that you are having. These are normal human emotions, right? Jealousy, all that stuff, ego, those are normal human emotions. So first of all, let go of this judgment that you have for yourself, that you're not perfect because you're not. Because you're not perfect because you're not in a high frequency all the time, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case, okay? Then, once you relaxed yourself, once you stop judging yourself, right? Because judgment is a form of fear, right? So when you stop judging yourself, there's going to be less fear around in your aura, right? And you're going to be able to think a little bit more clearly. You're going to be able to see things more clearly and even see the lessons in things, yeah? So try doing this a little bit, okay? Try being more calm with yourself. It's okay that you are jealous and stuff. That's just a normal human emotion, okay? The best thing to do is to return to yourself again. Every time you get jealous, every time something happens on the outside, return back to the self, right? What do I mean by return back to the self? I mean return back to your journey, yeah? Return back to, okay, well, it's not about him. It's not even about those females. This is about me, right? This is a projection that is being triggered in me, right? So then you look at it again like an opportunity to grow again, an opportunity to learn another lesson and evolve, man. Every time you learn a lesson, you evolve. And it makes a big jump. It makes a very big vibrational jump in frequencies and in timelines. It's a grand moment. Every time you learn a lesson and you heal, it's a grand moment, right? So look forward to this moment. Yes, my friends, man. You guys got to understand, man, that there is no judgment when it comes to unconditional love, right? The journey back to God, the journey back to the great return back to God is loving yourself. The great return back to God is about self-love. If you don't love yourself, you can't express yourself authentically. And when you don't express yourself authentically, right, your energy, because the spiritual realm is about energy, not about what you say, but it's about your energy and your intention, Your energy and your intention won't get out into the world, and people won't feel it. This is why you must focus on you and your authenticity and love for yourself. Once you do this, then you express your greatness. You express your connection to God to others, even if others don't understand, even if others completely disagree. It doesn't matter, right? Because eventually someone will agree, or they might half agree, and that'll be just enough. That's more than enough. Yes? Right? There is no judgment, there is no shame when it comes to unconditional love. It's impossible. It's impossible. So every time you feel triggered, before you try to tackle on the trigger itself, because you're always going to judge yourself. This is just part of the human experience. And it happens to me all the time, okay? Every time you get triggered, return back to yourself. Don't judge yourself. Divine feminine energy and love yourself. Okay? I know it can be difficult at times, yeah? But this is why we're here, man. This is why I do my live, right? This is why I'm always gonna be doing it, even though sometimes I'm gone. I know I'm gone sometimes, guys. I know, but I mean, these past couple of months have been very hard on me. I've been dealing with a very dark presence, right? That was my own distortion of myself. I'll talk to you guys about it more later, once I truly let go of this energy, because it's still around a little bit, right? But I'm going to let go of it. I know I am, eventually. And the thing is, man, I can't go live when I'm not feeling good, bro. I just can't, because people need my guidance. People need my readings, and my readings are blocked. It's difficult to enter the Akashic records. It's difficult to talk to the Oracle when I'm blocked, and I can't lie to you guys. I can't be like, yeah, I'm giving you a reading. It's just not in my nature, you know. And I can't give guidance if I'm in a low frequency. Yeah. So I apologize if I'm gone and then I come back out of nowhere, all that stuff, you know. But I'm still gonna be here, man. I'm gonna be here forever. Our misaligned belief systems around sex can cast shame and guilt on the way we express our sexuality. Yeah, very true. Especially when truth shows itself to you and it portrays something that opposes the old belief. Yes, man. It's just judgment, y'all. That's what it is, you know. It's just judgment. We judge ourselves too much, and it's also because spiritual beliefs in the spiritual community as well. Be careful with lust. That's darkness. That's a succubus. That's this. That's that, and it puts fear in us. And now we're like, no, we're never gonna do that. I'm never gonna express any sexuality, right? But that's not the case either, right? There's balance here, right? We as humans, since we're so extreme, it's either one way or the other. We're very black and white, right? We're good and that's it. Everything that's dark is bad. Like, no, no, it's about experience, man. That's literally why we came in here, right? You know, in the spiritual realm with our higher selves, right, and our souls in the 5D selves and higher, they don't look at this world as dark as how we look at it, because we're experiencing it right now. And since we are experiencing it right now, we think this is reality, right? But in the other side, I promise you, they don't look at darkness the way we look at it. They look at it as a game. They look at it as an experience, because it's temporary. It's always a temporary experience. I can do this. Thank you, Edgar, for reminding me. Just your presence can be inspiring. Let's go, FSBS. You got this, okay? Rest is always important. Yes, very true, very true. Very true. Yes, Sarah, exactly. Balance is key, man. Balance is key, baby. That's right. You know, the thing about a balance is Queen Alien with the $5 super chat, first super chat of the live. Thank you so much, Queen Alien, man. You guys are freaking awesome, man. How can I learn patience and love and help heal my twin flames mother wounds from afar? How can I help him heal his inner child with gentle love? You can't. A healer cannot heal someone for them. A healer can never heal the person for themselves, if that makes sense. Even myself, all I can do as, like, let's say as like divine masculine energy, all I can do for the collective or for my soul fam is just provide a space like this live here, right? That's it, right? Provide a space where it's safe, where we can speak about these type of things, right? And then that in and of itself is like helping, but you can't like heal them, right? Now, what you can do, yes, you can definitely pray for them, of course, right? Just by you praying for this person, you yourself, right? Remember, infinite possibilities, okay? If you pray for this person, you yourself will put yourself in a timeline, right? In a timeline or a dimensional awareness where your prayers will help this person, right? By yourself, infinite possibilities. You can also visualize him, right? You could also visualize him, a more healed version of him. You can do this for yourself, right? And that will put you in a space where that exists. This is how it works here. I mean, there are literally infinite Edgars moving around right now in this space right now, right? That's how it works. Same with you guys. Infinite possibilities happening now. Okay? So visualizing, you use the law of assumption. The law of assumption is fantastic for manifesting, bro. It is so powerful, right? How can you heal his inner child? Use the law of assumption. The law of assumption will help. Visualize him. Visualize him meeting with the inner child. You know what's crazy? This is the crazy thing about the universe, man. The more you visualize, right, him healing his inner child, or you think about this a lot, it's in your field now. This thought, right? This energy, this manifestation. And since this is already in your field, the next time you see him, it's almost going to be like, it's like you're going to say something. And it's going to trigger something in him. Trigger something good, right? Because you already had this thought, you already had this idea in your mind. You're going to say something. And even if it's something super gentle, right? Maybe he asks you a question, like, I don't know, man, I can't heal or whatever, right? Something like that. And you just point out, oh, the inner child, that's how I did it, blah, blah, blah. Or something even more simple. It doesn't matter, right? All because you were focusing on your manifestation. That's how the universe works, right? It's all perfectly put together, perfectly aligned. There is literally no chaos. Chaos only exists because we think it exists. Yeah? So try that for yourself, Queen Alien. Throw plant little seeds in his mind, right? Maybe send a video. There's a lot of videos about the inner child on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. There's infinite, right? Maybe send one. Yeah? All right. Thank you so much for the super chat, okay? I appreciate that. Edgar, do you believe in free will? I feel it's an illusion sometimes at the deepest level. That's not to say you aren't responsible for your actions, but maybe you get what I mean. I do understand what you mean. I like to say that everything is perception. Everything is perspective, okay? So what does that mean? What does everything's perspective mean? It means that every single situation that you're looking at, you can always look at it through a perception that is your own only. Yeah? Now, I can see why you think free will might be an illusion, because, it feels like you only have two choices, dark or light, right? And it's not you choosing them. Sometimes it feels like you're manipulating. But again, you're creating that. If you feel that things are manipulating you and you have no choice but to do the darkness, right? You're manifesting. You're a creator being, manifestor being. You are creating that experience for yourself. That's why perception, right? So if you think free will, if this belief puts fear in you, I would suggest let go of this belief. Yeah, because it's still a belief. But if it actually opens up your eyes more personally to the spiritual realm, for your own personal individual understanding and unique understanding of the spiritual realm, and it helps you, then everything is perspective. Yeah, truly. Now, for me personally, free will exists. Of course it exists. Yeah, at least from my perception, free will exists. You still have a choice. You always have a choice. Always, always, always. Even when you die, you have a choice. You do have a choice. No matter what all of these freaking conspiracy spiritual YouTubers and all these spiritual TikTokers, whatever, are telling you, you have a choice when you die. You have a choice to come back, or you have a choice to go back to heaven. Always. Yes? You're experiencing yourself. Remember this, my friends. Yeah? You owe it up to creation to feel like your true self when expressing them in truth. They are consciousness too. It's great to take your time and rest when you need it. Thank you. Let's freaking go. Very true, man. Very true. We are awareness itself, y'all. We're not just like one identity. We are the awareness that is being aware of that identity that we are creating, because we are also consciousness itself, which is awareness, and experience itself. Our body, right? Our spiritual body, if you want to visualize it this way or feel it this way, our spiritual body is experience itself. Our spiritual body is full of all the experiences of ourselves that we've had in infinity. Our spiritual body is filled with all of our expressions everywhere, all versions of us, and it's all us. That's a soul. Yeah. When we come in here in this place, these lower dimensions, our perception becomes smaller. And when it becomes smaller, it gets separated from God, or at least given the illusion of separated from God. And that creates distortion, or the fear energy. Yes? Understand this as deeply as you possibly can, that separation is not real. And that the reason fear hurts and it doesn't feel right is because it's not supposed to feel right. If it feels good, it's because it's our original self. Love. Yes? In the spiritual realm, it's not about bodies. It's about beliefs and understanding and perceptions. That's why when you have a lower perception, a dark perception of the world, of yourself, right? Whatever, it hurts. Fear enters. Distortion enters. Because it doesn't make sense to you. Something inside of you says, fuck, this hurts. This is not supposed to be the right way. It's your intuition telling you that. Anything that puts fear in you, my friends, anything, it's because you're not understanding it the right way. That's why. It's because you're not ready to understand. If you hear something like time is an illusion and it's not real, and it kind of puts a little fear in you, it's because you're not ready to understand this yet. Your consciousness level is not ready to understand. That's why it's like, well, it doesn't make sense, right? Because you're thinking this place is reality when it's not. That's how the spiritual realm works. It's not there. You don't go to places, man. Heaven is not a place. It's a state. It's a feeling. That's the spiritual realm. It's a feeling, my friends, okay? Fear is an illusion, okay? I'm just trying to help him heal, but he's tough to crack. And also a skeptical scientist. It's alright, you know, like, he'll figure it out on his own. He just will. He will. He'll figure it out. The divine masculine is barely waking up right now. Divine feminines, you guys gotta be patient, man. Because the divine masculines, I don't even want to say divine masculines. I'd rather just say males, right? Or men. They're very asleep. And it's not their fault. It's really not, you know? It's just energy expressions. The men are super asleep because they are also slaves. They have also been oppressed. Even if they don't think they're oppressed, they are also oppressed. They don't have a true idea of what true masculine energy is. True masculine, divine masculine energy is presence. Presence and stillness and detachment. Right? Most males have no idea about this. They think it's domination, which is a lower aspect of a very distorted aspect of the true masculine energy. The true masculine energy is not dominating. The true masculine energy is of service for others, giving. Yeah? It's gonna take a lot of the men a long time for them to truly understand this, and a lot of hard spiritual awakening lessons for them to understand this. And they have to open up to their divine feminine energy inside of them too. That's hard for them too. So be patient, man. Be patient. It's not their time yet. Divine feminines, it's your time right now. You guys are rising. Beautiful. Divine masculine, slowly beginning to rise now. Just because the divine feminine has risen, now the divine masculine is following the divine feminine, right? Because the divine feminine and the divine masculine are literally just the same energy. It's God. They're not separate at all. They're the same. Just different expressions of God. Doing or being different things. Very true, Etheric. Very true, Etheric. You need your own YouTube channel, bro. You're always like spitting absolute truth, man. Every time I read one of your, anything that you have here. A lot of you guys, but you need your own YouTube channel, bro. You're speaking absolute truth. I've been healing my own mother wounds, but both him and my mother are fighting unconsciously. I can tell. I understand, man. I understand about mother wounds as well. Trust me. Alright. Be patient. One of the divine feminine's best attributes is patient. It's being patient. Right? The divine feminine doesn't chase ever. Right? The divine feminine waits patiently. Waits patiently for what is her birthright, which is manifesting abundance. That's the divine feminine's birthright. Right? You're not selfish for wanting to manifest a twin flame in abundance and love. That is your birthright as a divine feminine, or just the energy of the divine feminine. Right? So be patient. It's coming. The more you believe, the more you fantasize, the more you visualize, the more powerful your energy of the magnetism, which is divine feminine energy, the heart chakra, yes, will become. Yeah, very powerful energy. Awesome. Yeah, mother wounds that are very deep are going to take a while to understand, man. Mother wounds, especially for a male, I know about mother wounds. Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of males out there, man, that have lots of mother wounds. Unfortunately. And that always, a male with a mother wound, man, he just can't be in a relationship at that moment if he has a mother wound. He just can't. Because he's still a little boy in a way. Queen Alien with another super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much, Queen Alien, for the $5. How can I help my own mother wound? Okay. I can tell her inner child is hurt. I tried to help her anxiety on a recent visit. It just pulled me under too. Yeah, you cannot, Queen Alien, you can never, I'm not saying you're forcing or anything, but you can never, lack for a better word, I guess, you can't force anyone to really view things from your perception or force anyone to try and heal, right? Again, the best way that you can do it is with your divine feminine energy, which is just being an example of like love, right? And that's one of the best ways. Also focusing on yourself too, in your own mother wound and stuff, healing your own mother wound and stuff like that. That will help a lot as well. But again, it's going to be the same thing as your twin flame. Okay, it's going to be the same thing. You have to be an example for her. Okay, in your day-to-day life, a true example, right? And the thing is, when it comes to this stuff, it's going to take a long time sometimes. It might even take years. I hate to say it, but it might even take years, right? But it's okay that it's going to take years. Trauma is not going to go away in like 2 months, unless you're like a starseed, like you guys, right? A lot of us, we healed really quickly because it's just who we are. You know what I'm saying? But many people that are just earth seeds, or they're not truly spiritual or whatever, or the chosen ones, whatever you want to call it, right? Um, it's gonna take them much longer. They're not on the spiritual path. They can still heal, but they're not in that spiritual evolution path. They're more on like a human experience path, which is also a spiritual path, I understand, but it's not this type of path, you know? But don't worry, okay? Just keep doing you. Keep being an example for her, right? Be patient. I think patience is the best. Even when, because no matter what, man, even if people are assholes, they'll still see you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they judge you, they'll still see you. Meaning, oh, look at her, she's trying to be all lovey-dovey, blah, blah, blah. Look at her trying to be love and light, right? If you keep going with your love and light, eventually they're going to be like, you know what? Maybe she's right. And it might take them years. Okay, so just be patient. That's the best advice I can give you at this moment, okay? Focus on the self again, yeah? You could also, if it helps you as well, right, in your purpose and destiny, you could also visualize yourself speaking to your mother's little girl as well, right? You can also shoot some love to her and visualize that as much as you can. Try to visualize it as much as you can in your heart, and it will do some type of thing in the spiritual realm. I promise you it will, yeah? Okay. Edgar, how affordable is it to live in the West Coast? Off topic. It sucks. It sucks. I'm with my parents. That's why I'm able to afford rent and all that stuff, right? But it's tough over here in the West Coast. It's hard. California is pricey. It just depends. Also, it depends, man. Because I'm talking about Orange County and I'm talking about LA. But there's places in in California, right, that aren't close to, the beach and all that stuff. That is more like inland, or whatever, closer to the mountains, and they're a little bit more affordable. Definitely more affordable. But anything close to the beach, man, is like nearly. It's like 2,000. It's like 2,000 for a flat over here, guys. You know what I mean? Excuse me, for a flat, for a studio, not flat, for a studio. 2,000 for a studio. It's like 2,500 sometimes for a studio. It's ridiculous. Will we live forever? It depends what you mean by living, right? We won't live forever because living implies that there's life, meaning we are here in the lower dimensions, right? Because only life only exists. I guess it just depends on what your perception of life is, right? Because life could also be consciousness, but I'm talking about life here in the 3D realm. Life only exists here because you're born, you live, and then you die, right? But do you exist forever? Because that's a better question. Yes? Yes, you do exist forever. You exist eternally. Yeah? And it's all happening now. I know that's confusing. There's a version of you that is in the spiritual realm right now, existing in heaven right now. And there's a version of you that is experiencing this right now, and that's you right now, right? It's just the point of where your consciousness is. Remember, your body is made up, your consciousness body, right? Awareness is made up of all of your experiences, and it's connected to all other bodies and other souls. Right? That's how the spiritual realm works, yeah? You're eternal, okay? You don't die. Death is an experience. But again, you don't actually die. Okay. PJ, been seeing 1111 a lot. Does that mean I have found my twin flame or another reason? Usually when, it just depends on yourself, PJ. I try to look, what is your current theme right now? What is like what you're looking for right now, right? What is something that's on your mind right now, right? Is it your twin flame? Are you looking for your twin flame? Do you feel like your twin flame is close? Do you feel like you're just kind of on a, you know what it feels like to me? It just feels like you're kind of on a spiritual journey, and you're slowly starting to find out yourself. You're slowly starting to discover yourself. This is what it feels like for me, KPJ. So I think it's just a little wink from the universe. Is what's going on, right? 1111 is just telling you like, hey, we noticed, we meaning your guides, right? And the consciousness, which is also you around you, that you're not seeing right now, right? And that you're not aware of right now. They know they are supremely intelligent. Okay, so they know that you're paying attention to numbers and that you're paying attention to 1111. So they're giving it to you more. And they're basically saying like, hey PJ, we're here. You're safe. You're on the right path. Little wink from the universe. Yeah. Most of the time when you see numbers, it's always this. Most of the time. Okay. Edgar, out of my curiosity, how's my future or next lover, like mentally, physically, energetically, if possible? I'd love to know. This feels like a long ways away from you still, FSBS, okay? It does feel like you have a counterpart with you, but it does feel like there are also going to be false counterparts. You're probably already dealing with a false counterpart, false twin flame, whatever you want to call it. It's a very similar energy to you. Unhealed still. And it's going to take a long time for you to understand who they are and what they are. You still have more to learn about yourself before you truly understand who your counterpart is. Yes. Yes, false twin flames, false counterparts. There may be more as well, but I think your intuition is strong enough as FSBS. I do feel like there's going to be more false ones. I'm not saying move from fear, right? Oh, everyone, these are my false. I'm not saying move like that. Trust your intuition, okay? But yeah, there may be more false twin flames before you actually get together with an actual twin flame or your counterpart. Yeah, your counterpart is like you. It's just a male version of you. And yes, your counterparts are like you. It's like you guys are the same soul, man. You guys come from the same. It's like a soul bond, soul contract. Same, very similar expressions. Still unique, very similar expressions. Just male, female, and a couple things tweaked. I'm not pushing these people, Queen Alien. They keep getting worse. I understand. I understand, man. But sometimes the best thing that we can do is like return the focus to ourselves, unfortunately. You know, because some people are just too stubborn, man. Some people, no matter how much you want to teach them, yeah, especially family members, bro. Okay, especially family members. Right. For a long time, I wouldn't even post. I mean, I've been doing content since 2018, yeah, and I wouldn't post on my Instagram because I knew I had family members that would judge me and they wouldn't understand my purpose. They wouldn't understand my message. Right, so family members, it's hard to teach them things. They don't want to learn from you. Right, so the best thing you can do is just be an example and give plant seeds. Mustang, let's go, man. Thank you for the super chat. Edgar, may I ask about my counterpart? Again, my friends, if you guys want a more detailed message straight from the Akashic Records and a channeled message straight from your spirit team, much more detailed than the messages I give here. The messages I give here are just really quick messages from spirit itself and the oracle itself, which is the Divine Feminine. If you guys want a much more detailed session with myself, a 25-minute session with myself, the link is in the video description down below. Also, if you guys haven't yet, go check out the Discord. It's called the Lighthouse. It's a wonderful Discord. I'm sure most of you guys are from it. If you guys aren't in there yet, go check it out. Okay. Noah, yeah, I got you, Noah. The chat, the YouTube changed the people's names, so no worries on that. Show me Oracle. Show me. Gentle soul. I feel a gentle soul just like you, Noah, because I know you're a gentle soul. I can feel it. And more gentle, there's light workers and starseeds that are gentle, and then others that are not as gentle but still carry the love vibe in them. But you're a gentle soul, you are. So I feel this as well with your counterpart. And yes, you have a... Yes, it feels like you have some type of soul bond with somebody. I don't know if this is a twin flame or a counterpart, but it feels like a soul tie. It's very small right now. Yes, okay, yes. A counterpart for you, of course. Almost everything that you're experiencing, they are also experiencing, if this makes sense. I don't know if you've ever done this before, Noah, but have you ever felt this counterpart? Like in your intuition? Have you felt them like maybe even through telepathy? It feels like this is what's going on sometimes. And it also feels like a lot of the experiences that you have, whether that's negative or positive, they are going through it as well. Not in the exact same way that you're going through it, but a similar way that you're going through it. It's like you guys are both going through your own... You guys are both going through this healing journey. So eventually, when you guys are ready to be with each other, I think it also requires a change of environment too, Noah. When you are ready to be with this person, it'll come, right? I am very gentle. Yes, I think I have felt them. I'm not sure if the woman I was just seeing was or not. It doesn't feel like it, Noah. At least just from my energy, it doesn't feel like it. That is this. It's this woman that you're seeing. But you guys are definitely speaking telepathically through feeling. Again, it doesn't feel like you're ready yet. It feels like there's still healing to do, right? But again, don't worry, guys. Right? Again, just wait. I know there's a lot of negative energies in 2025, way more than 2024. Just wait. Wait until you see what actually is going to happen in 2027. Just wait. There's going to be so many people awakening to spirit by 2026, 2027. It's going to become more normal. It's already happening now. The 2025 is the year where the divine masculine begins to awaken finally. 2026, 2027, it's going to be divine union time. Yes? So be patient, my friends. If you haven't found your divine counterpart, you just need to be ready for it. You need to heal more. That is beautiful, Queen Alien. That is beautiful. Understanding, right? I call it understanding, but people call it compassion and empathy. But I can call it understanding. Same thing. Understanding of people's feelings, understanding of people's experiences, even if they were hurtful to you or they caused pain to you, but yet you still choose to understand instead, is high intelligence. Okay, this is Jesus. Heart chakra intelligence. The highest intelligence that there is, right? It's compassion. So that's beautiful, okay? Self-love, if you can, pray for them, ask God, to provide a space for them, ask God to provide timelines where they heal, right? You can manifest for this, you can do this for yourself, right? And you can help them in your life. This is how you help people. Is that praying is very powerful. What up, Dr. Cake? It has been a while. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I know I've been gone, guys. I know I leave and then I come back and I leave and I come back. But I'm gonna be honest, man. These past couple of 6 months, it hasn't been too love and light for me. So again, if I don't feel ready, if I don't feel 100%, I'm not gonna go live. I just can't. I'm not gonna give the right advice. I can't do content either because it's not gonna be at higher frequency. So I'm patient. You were able to move from self-hate to self-love because you saw your own pain. If you don't choose theirs, or you're forced to see and face it when you're ready, they will not heal. Etheric, create your own YouTube channel already. All right. Being here feels like home. Thanks for all showing up, love you, fam. Let's go. Buenas noches. Thank you so much, FSBS, for being here. I appreciate you. Go do your thing. Go heal and love yourself, okay? Buenas tardes, Mireya. Thank you for being here. You're welcome, Noah. You got this. And thank you guys for the super chats. If you guys have sent me a PayPal or a Cash App or anything like this, okay, and you guys want me to do a reading for yourself or a channeled message, quick channeled message, please let me know. So where have you been, or you just don't feel? I will let you guys know exactly what happened to me because I think it's important for me to tell you guys. So basically, I've been going through a very intense spiritual psychosis episode that lasted about 4, maybe even 5 months. Yeah. And it came in waves. It was very similar to my depression. People can call this psychic attacks, whatever. I don't like calling it like that because it puts me in a lower dimensional space. But what I like to call it is just, parts of me that don't understand. It really was. I'll tell you guys all about it, man. I have a very big story to tell. I learned so much. I've healed already. I've healed it all. It was a very powerful demon, though. So powerful, man. It was scary, right? But I let it go because of the law of assumption. I'll tell you guys how I defeated it in a video. Okay, I'll tell you all about it. It's gonna be a very long video. I'll share my perspective on that, man. But yeah, that's where I was. There's no way I could have gone live and I could have gone here. There's just no way. So, but I'm back. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Woo! Spiritual journey is not for everyone, man. But it's okay, man. I love you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. You guys are always coming here and supporting my message, supporting what I do, man. I love you guys so much. Okay, Maybe I just don't feel now is the time I need to leave. You need to leave. Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I'm just putting ideas in your head, bro. You know. Obviously not now. You know, when it's time, when you feel it's time, if it is even your purpose, right? I don't know your purpose. You know your purpose, right? Inside, your soul knows your purpose. Who knows what your purpose truly is? Most of the time, your purpose is just living your life and embodying the human experience. Anyway, you know. But yeah, man, you know what you need to do with your life. You know what you need. You know where you're headed, and you got this, man. You got our support. You got all the soul fams support. You got all the lighthouses support. Okay, in spirit, all that stuff. Okay, you're never alone, basically. Dr. Cake, I'm doing well. Been pushing myself way too hard lately. Honestly, just learning how to rest. I mean, really rest. I understand that. It's been a rough ride, but the growth has been worth it. Good job, Dr. Cake. I'm proud of you, okay? The spiritual journey is not easy, man. It's not for the faint of heart. No matter how many people think, you know. Again, you know, everything is truly about balance, yeah? When it's time to rest, it's time to rest. When it's time to take action, it's time to take action, okay? Question, please. Is Pete, who I'm supposed to be with, been told different things from different readers, and why Spirit want me to do college this year feel it's bad timing? Okay. Okay, so listen, remember, readers, like myself, we're not truly looking into the future, right? There is no future. There is only now. What readers are doing is reading your energy. And if they're good enough at reading energy, they can then bring forth spirits that will help them with that energy and channel a message. That's what readers do, right? Some readers probably shouldn't be reading if they're in low frequencies, because then they're more susceptible to trickster spirits and lower timelines, right? So basically what readers do, they're just kind of helping you manifest. They're helping you with clarity. That's what readers do. They read you because you are your timeline. Your expression of self is your timeline. Okay? Okay, so I'll give you what I feel from what Spirit is telling me for you, okay? I heard that I heard that you just need to live your life according to yourself, okay? If what other readers have told you and things like this don't match with what you believe in the now, you don't have to accept even myself, okay? I'm not channeling right now, it's just me. Even myself, okay, if I tell you something and it doesn't vibe with you, okay, because I'm pretty sure I've said some things and maybe they don't vibe with people, you don't have to accept it, okay? This is still your experience, yeah? But it feels like you need to return to embodying yourself, okay? Embodying who you are, embodying your expression, yeah? Also, what I'm feeling, Okay. It doesn't feel like Pete, right? This is your current person that you're with, right? It doesn't feel like this is your person, okay? This is what I'm feeling, okay? Again. Please, 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 when I do readings, man, please look inside of yourselves. Follow your intuition, okay? Your intuition never comes from fear. Never, ever, ever, ever comes from fear. It always comes from love, right? And it's always usually the first thought that pops up. That's always usually your intuition. Then doubt seeps in afterwards, okay? But for me, it doesn't feel like this is it. Okay? Thanks for speaking your truth. No, you're welcome, Shane. I appreciate you, okay? Thank you for being here as well. Let's freaking go, man. Can you give me advice about avoiding my reoccurring nightmares? They just take all the safe spaces of my childhood and twist them. Usually when you're having reoccurring, has this been happening a lot, or is just lately, Queen Alien? Usually when this happens, everything's always symbolic, right? So when you do have reoccurring nightmares, it's just the universe. It's just the universe for years. Okay, it's your fears. That's all it is. Okay, it's just your fears, right? So again, when your fears are very prevalent in your dreams, right? Because your dreams are your fears and messages. That's your dreams, fears and messages, right? And sometimes connecting with spirits on the other side. That's a little bit more rare when you connect with spirits on the other sides, right? But most of the time it's fears and messages, symbolic messages. So if you're seeing your fears in your dreams a lot, it's just you have to work on your fears, right? Your fears are very prevalent in your life, right? And you're giving them all a lot of energy by believing in them so much, right? The law of focus is very powerful here. When you focus on something, you bring it to the now. So the more you focus on your fears, the more you're bringing it to the now, and the more you're gonna have nightmares because of this. Okay? So again, I know it's easy to say, but focus on love, right? Focus on loving yourself. Focus on letting go of fears, right? You could also try to feel your fears in your chakras, right? In your aura, right? Wherever your fears are prevalent, especially if it's like childhood, it's most likely like root chakra fears, most likely when it's childhood stuff in heart chakra. So look in there, right? Feel the distortion that is in your body, right? And just try your best to like release this fear. And tell yourself affirmations of releasing this fear. If you can't, look up some chakra affirmations, man. Okay? Do your meditations, yeah? Use guided meditations, man. Guided meditations are very powerful. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says, man. Guided meditations are incredibly powerful. Okay, so use them as well. Okay. Edgar, I was also experiencing a spiritual psychosis of sorts of the last 4 months or so. It's like the human mind wasn't ready for the energy understanding. Very scary. Become financially. Yes. Correct. Very correct. Noah, I said this last time. Okay. This is why I had to go through this, man. This is why my guides. By the way, my guides literally told me that I had to go through this spiritual psychosis so I can understand, and understand my power. I didn't. While I was going through it, man, it felt so freaking intense. It felt like I wasn't going to heal. It was taking away my hope and my faith. So. I just kept visualizing myself, a healed version of myself. Every day I would visualize and use the law of assumption, a healed version of myself, a healed version, until finally it happened. Yeah. So, in the spiritual path, okay, since you're an advanced being, you guys are advanced beings in the spiritual path, okay, meaning you guys are graduating this place or you're never going to come back here. You are going to encounter experiences of higher spiritual awareness, right? And when this happens, it's usually through thought forms, right? Usually through beliefs. Sometimes your versions of you, I call them versions, but parts of you, parts of your spiritual body, your experienced body, right? Versions of you are not ready yet to understand spiritual concepts, and it turns into spiritual psychosis. Yeah, like for me, one of the biggest parts of spiritual psychosis was the timelines. I went into a very, very deep meditation, and so deep that I saw the timeline grid, right, in my visions. Okay, and it was very clear, and I saw all possibilities, right, all possibilities. I saw a version of myself that has already been through all possibilities. I saw versions of myself that I thought I wasn't those versions of myself. I saw everything, and so parts of me got confused, right? Like, who am I then? What am I? If I'm everything, then what is this, right? Versions of me got really confused, and it caused a very big hole in my third eye chakra, right? It was like a big, big hole of distortion, and it was like painful. And this went on for like 5-6 months. It was very intense, but I know I had to go through it, man. I know I had to go through it so I can understand, and so that I can teach this to people. Yeah. So basically, man, what happens is parts of you are not ready yet, right? And also, we think too much in spiritual terms that we separate ourselves from our human identity, our ego. That's right. We demonize the ego so much. We're only spirit, right? That we forget to ground ourselves in our human selves, in our identity. And when that happens, parts of you that are still part of your identity, right? Part of your consciousness being, get confused, and then it turns into distortion energy, which is fear, right? Or distortion energy isn't fear, but we fear the distortion energy because we don't understand it, right? Yeah, that's what happens. I swear, guys, I'm gonna create a longer video talking about this, and I'm gonna say basically everything that happened to me, and I'm going to show you exactly how I got out of it. So if you guys are dealing with spiritual psychosis, right, I'm going to show you guys how I got out of it, man. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys all the little mental tricks that I did, all the little visualizations that I did, and the beliefs that I have to be able to get out of this, man. Because this is intense, okay? And I know a lot of light workers are going through this. It's part of the spiritual path. You know what I mean? It's part of the spiritual path. So don't be afraid. When you get spiritual psychosis, you didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? You didn't do anything wrong. It's part of the path, right? Sometimes we forget to return to love, and that's why we have these type of things. Yes? But hopefully you're feeling better, okay? Noah. Thank you so much, Mireya. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Appreciate that message. Robin, looking forward to your video about what's been going on. Can tell you got a lot of upgrades from digging so deep. Yeah, thanks for sharing so far. Also had a lot of this going on, and wow, there's so much. I feel like this is happening to the collective a lot as well, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people in the collective, this is happening right now. Again, it's part of the spiritual path, guys. Right? I know it's intense and it's very, very scary. Very, very scary. But again, it's just distortion energy. Yeah. I'll even tell you guys, I'll tell you more about my demon and stuff, but man, he was strong. The first time I met him, it was actually back here while I was meditating. I manifested him because I focused on him, and man, that was a really intense experience, man. I'll tell you guys more about it, man. What happens when your kundalini travels from the throat to the third eye chakra? Are we put in challenging situations where it feels like we're sinning? It depends on your perception on sinning. When Are you talking about the experience of Kundalini activation, or are you just talking about just regular energy of Kundalini rising? Because I can have my Kundalini rise right now, and it rises up and down. You can feel it, you know. But if you're talking about the actual experience of Kundalini awakening and activation, where it goes from the third eye to the throat chakra, the challenging situations that come with that is if you don't have steady flow, guys. Okay, this is very important. If you don't have steady Kundalini awakening, perfect. If you don't have steady flow of energy going through your chakras, okay, like it's like a river, right? If you don't do your shadow work first and don't have steady flow, you're going to get spiritual psychosis. Okay? Right? That's why it's that Kundalini yoga is not really recommended to do right away. Right? Because the Kundalini itself is going to present with you such intense spiritual revelations that parts of you are not ready to understand yet. Yeah? That's why it feels like you're a bad person. It feels like, oh, I'm sinning and all that stuff. It's because you're experiencing distortion energy. Distortion, remember, distortion is literally just the love vibe, right? But in a like error. You know how like a computer goes error, right? Or does not compute, right? That's what distortion energy is. It's inverted. It's love, but it's inverted, right? When you're not ready to understand deep spiritual knowledge yet because you haven't healed your blockages and there's not a steady flow, right, of energy going through, you will create distortion energy. You will create them, okay? And these parts they're parts of you. It's part of your spiritual body, right? It's like a tear in a wound in your aura. Okay, so be very, very careful with the Kundalini awakening, like doing an actual Kundalini. Usually when you do have a Kundalini awakening, it just happens, right? It's not like you're practicing it, right? Especially for you guys, because you guys are Lightworker Star Seeds chosen ones, right? Okay, Mario, I understand what you said about fear being a choice. Yes, creation of our own perception. Yep, because of that, believing the Matrix Soul Trap also give it power. There is, yes, that's what I've been trying to teach, man. That's what I've been trying to teach. Yes, my words are getting to people, man. Yes, the people don't understand. They think that they're being informed. Let's talk about the Soul Trap and this and this and this. They think that they're being prepared for the Soul Trap, but that's not how the spiritual realm works. That's not how the spiritual realm works at all. It's not like this place. It's not like a situation or a place or an event. That's not how it works. The spiritual realm is energy and feeling. And then that feeling and energy is manifested into what we call things and events. Yes? So the more you give energy to an idea, the more you're bringing that idea to here. And if that idea causes fear, it's going to put you in a state of fear. Lower dimensional space. You're not in your 5D self anymore, right? Too much suffering. Exactly. Love it, man. I love it. It can be difficult for people to understand, man, especially when usually the people that are talking about soul traps and all that stuff, most of the time, they're usually in the astral community, or they're in the spiritual conspiracy psychosis community, which is like there's so much fear in those communities, man, that like they're just, it doesn't feel like they're going to evolve. You know what I mean? Again, fear and lower energies, it's just the consciousness of God asleep, right? It's not like it's just God not knowing that it's God yet, right? And our missions as, you know, God consciousness, Shiva consciousness, star seeds and light workers, right? Our missions is to spread the message of love and light, right? Spread the message of God. That way we can manifest higher timelines here on Earth, right? Okay. Miss Mia, am I a light worker? You feel like a light worker. So yes, you are. Lightworker is just someone that lightworkers don't come from a place or anything, right? Lightworkers are just people that embody love and light. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, you're a lightworker. Okay, especially if you're on the spiritual path. Okay. You're doing better, Noah. Perfect, man. Perfect. Fantastic. That's what I love to hear. 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 It was non-linear. Your Kundalini awakening was non-linear. So it just, what does this mean? Does it mean it just happened to you? Are you having fears? Is that what's going on, Rajesh? Excuse me if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Okay. Are you having fears and distortion? Prosperity. My dreams do not have fear or messages. Okay, here's the thing about fears, you guys. Fear isn't just extreme distortion, right? That's not just fear. Fear isn't just like a super scary demon, right? Fear is also something very tiny, very, very small, little tiny fears. Sometimes you don't even know that they're fears, right? Basically anything that takes away from your power, right? As consciousness, as a creator being, that is fear. Fear itself, a distorted aspect of love, will always tell you that you are not God, that you are not powerful. That's what fear does. And since, because it's basically you telling it to yourself, because you are a being of consciousness. So that fear, which is you, it's not separate from you, is telling you that you should be in fear because you're not God. So you're telling that basically to yourself in the spiritual realm. And so that you create a temporary experience of distortion. This is what actually happens, right? Every single person that is going through a dark time or has been met with demons, those demons are for them only. Yes? You are experiencing yourself, my friends, right? Yes, fear is no confidence. Basically, anything that is not confidence, anything that is not love, anything that is not wisdom, anything that is not abundance, greatness, grand, amazing, beautiful, all those things are versions of love, right? So invert those, right? I guess you can call it opposite. Invert them. If you invert them, if you invert abundance into scarcity, that's fear. Right? If you invert confidence into shame, that's fear. Fear is lower dimensions. All of those are aspects of fear. Yeah? What is your perception of mistake and sin? Is that also a part of our soul plan in order to help us evolve? Yes. If so, what happens with bad karma that come along with it? Does bad karma dissolve when we learn? Look, karma. Okay, guys. Okay. Karma is an experience that we have. It is just attachments that we have to lower aspects of ourselves. That's it. Okay? It's not this thing that is with us and we have to let it go in order to go to heaven. No. Fear is telling you that. Fear is telling you that you have to let go of this karma in order to go to heaven. Fear is telling you that. Unconditional love will never tell you, hey, you have to let go of this in order to come here. No, never. Unconditional love just waits for you. It is you that is telling yourself that. You are telling yourself that you're judging yourself and I have to let go of this to go to heaven. You're the one that's going, and it's an experience. Some people have to go through that experience. But again, it's only an experience. Okay, remember this, okay? Please remember everything is about experience first. Yes? Now, yes, your mistakes, I call it falling, right? The reason we fall to lower energies, why? Boom. We fall to demons, we fall to darkness, we fall to sins, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't like calling it sins, but you know, darkness to our lower selves, right? Fear. When we fall, it's because on the way back, we experience evolution. That's why. You see, all of us here, we don't belong here. We are with God in the highest realms possible. The highest. I don't care what no one says. I don't care what any spiritual person says. All of us come from the highest of realms because we are all a soul and we are all God. Okay? Every energy, every single energy, the moon, the sun, angels, every energy has a version of themselves that exists in all planes. All planes. The moon exists in the 3D realm, in the 4D realm, in the 5D realm, in the 6D realm, perception, 70, AD, ID, all the way to the top. And in each one of those dimensional spaces, there are different things happening in the moon. Yes? It's up to you as the consciousness to match to the higher ones instead. Yeah? So when you fall, you make a mistake, you sin, remember, don't judge yourself for it. But of course, don't let yourself fall to that again, right? You learned now. Okay, maybe I'm not going to do this anymore. Okay? I learned about myself. I learned about this world. I learned that I should be nicer to people. I learned that I shouldn't fall for lust so easily. You know, maybe I should go on a, I don't know, semen retention journey or whatever, right? But it's about creation, man. You fall so you can create an experience for yourself so that you can evolve and return. That's the experience here. Okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't take everything so freaking serious, right? Our souls didn't come in here to be super serious all the time. We are literally acting. We're playing a game here. A play. Yes? Hello, Leah. Why is the hardest part loving yourself? Man, loving yourself is difficult, you know? Loving yourself is difficult because it just depends on your experience, you know? Loving yourself is difficult because of your traumatic experiences that you have for yourself. But again, the reason why it's difficult is because when you do return to self-love, right? When you do return to, like, when you heal yourself, which is a form of self-love, the experience of returning and evolving back to God is so grand, right? It is so beautiful and grand, and it's full of lessons and wisdom that we take with us to the spiritual realm. We hold it in our signature as souls. That wisdom that we learned here on earth, we hold it in our signature and we take it. You know, we take it to the spiritual realm. Yeah? That's why we do what we do. Right? Again, it's all about perception. You know, when we look at this world from our 5D perception before we came in here, yeah, it's completely different than how we're looking at it now. You know what I'm saying? By the way, you can do it, Ambria. Yeah, you can love yourself. Doesn't matter what any of those energies in your mind are saying. It doesn't matter what other people around you are saying, okay? You can love yourself, even if it takes a long time. You can learn to love yourself, and you will. Yeah? So if we don't believe in mainly fear, it literally don't exist for us, but it will exist for many others, for the ones we love. That's what I meant about too much suffering. Here, objective perception. I understand, Mario, but here, try to look at it this way, yeah? Literally, this is why God showed me the timelines, okay? Literally, all possibilities are happening now. All of them. The people that you think are suffering in this timeline, there are literally timelines where they're not suffering. There are timelines where they're better than you are right now. All possibilities exist in the now. Suffering is an illusion. Darkness is an illusion. We come here to experience it temporarily. It's not forever. We will always return. Ask anyone that has been to hell or whatever. I've had visions of hell as well, and I felt how hell feels. It's you. You're experiencing your own darkness, and then it manifests in there as suffering, your own suffering, right? But as soon as you decide, I don't belong here, as soon as you decide this, you will be right back to heaven again, instantaneously. Everyone goes through this. So when you die and you have a very strong fear of hell, you probably are going to experience it for a little bit because it's your fears. Because before you enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to let go of all your fears. It's almost like quick shadow work, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Man, hopefully this makes sense. I notice a lot of young people struggle to love themselves. I mean, older generations too, but it seems more pronounced to the younger generations. The older generations too, honestly, Dr. Cake. But I know what you're talking about. I think it's like a different level, in a way. It's like a different way of expressing not loving yourself with the young people. Honestly, I think older generations just don't know how to, and they think they're loving themselves, but they're actually doing it through ego, right? But they're too proud to show that, no, I love myself, you know, even though deep down they probably don't. But young people, man, are more, they're just a little bit more spiritual. So they're able to actually say like, hey, you know what, something is wrong with me. You know, hey, they're actually more aware of mental health. Back then, I mean, mental health was almost like, it didn't even like exist, right? But man, yeah, you know, what we can do, you know, as us, the best thing that we can do is, you know, for the young people as well, is just provide examples. You know, there's a lot of, you know, starseed children being born right now, and these children are going to change the world, man, big time. Just like you guys. I have a rather long paragraph that I have prepared. I have kept this story for myself for a long. Would you like to hear it? I don't think the thing about here, chaotic, is that I don't think you can write too long of a thing here, because I think there's some type of it doesn't allow you to write too many characters. Okay. But if you want to tell people your story, right? You want an ear to listen to, go to the Lighthouse. Okay, the Lighthouse is a Discord community. I don't know if you know about it, but it's a Discord community for Lightworkers, spiritualists, chosen one, starseeds, all that good stuff. And it's the link is in the video description down below. It's a wonderful Discord. People will listen to you there. Okay. And if you want to talk to myself, you can also go to the video description down below. Click on my link. On my links, right on top, there's going to be like a little email, right, like a little email icon, okay, and you can send me an email, okay, through there, okay. That's how I talk to you guys, okay. If anybody wants to talk to me, right, anything, if you guys just need someone to listen to, I know that things can be hard. Sometimes all you need is someone to listen to, or someone to hear you out, and there's my email if you guys want, okay. 6:42. Okay, I think it's time for me to get out of here, okay, guys. I think it's time for me to get out of here. This makes so much sense. I'm all teary. This stuff makes me so happy. Let's go, Robin! Thank you for being here, Robin, okay? I appreciate you. You're the best, okay? Keep doing your thing. Keep being your fire sign energy that you are out there, speaking to everyone, getting all over the place. I love that, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. I love my fire signs, man. I love my fire signs, okay? Okay, guys, I gotta get out of here. I love you guys so very much. Okay, if you guys want to talk to myself, you guys can go ahead and shoot me an email. Okay, if you guys want a consultation with myself, if you think you're ready to take on your soul's purpose, or you think you're already healing, or you think you want to know more about your healing or blockages and all that stuff, all that link is in the video description down below. I also do detailed readings as well. That stuff in the video description down below. Check out the Lighthouse, my friends, okay? I'll be back on Sunday for Sunday Healing, okay? At 2 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, namaste.